Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, The Lens of Truth, with me, Ivan Florentino. And a few years ago, I decided to draw two aliens from pop culture, one being E.T. the extraterrestrial. And Roger the alien from American Dad.
Roger, I see you're busy, but I was thinking it's time I teach you how to do some stuff on your own. Laundry, cleaning, making your own iced tea.
No.
And I decided to have them take on costumes from other pop culture movies as well. So we have E.T. as Yoda from Star Wars and Roger the Alien as a Xenomorph alien from the movie Aliens. But before we get started, consider hitting that like button, ring the bell, leaving a comment, and consider becoming a member to my channel for more of these types of videos. So, let's get to it.
Lizzie! Roger is an alien. Roger! She was all over me and my wig fell off and we'd be in big trouble.
So originally, I actually drew these with pencil and colored them in with colored pencil, and I outlined them with ink pens. And then not too long after, I decided to technically trace over them by taking a photo of them and putting them into my Procreate program on my iPad, and I digitally painted them, and that was really fun to do as well. I just wanted to see what the big difference was when it came to solid digital painting versus the color pencil version of it. So let's start off with E.T. the extraterrestrial dressed up as Yoda from Star Wars. So what I did first was outline the original drawing with just using a pen brush. And this one made it super easy for me to use the drag and drop feature for the colors. So after I filled in all of those lines and connected everything and making sure nothing was open so where the colors will spill, you always start off with basic colors. So I used an off gray, almost like a brown tan for his coat, brown for his brown skin, the red. And as for Yoda's ears, I had them be like a Halloween costume where he just puts it on top of his head, almost like a headband. And after that, one of my signature art styles when I use ink pen is to do some hatching marks on the left and side to kind of represent the shadows. And those are all just straight lines. So after adding that to resemble some shadows where his feet are, inside his coat with his arms, I went for his blue eyes and added a bit of a glow to his finger as well. And this one was actually the fastest and easiest one to do because he wasn't so complicated. I even added a different shade for the shadows in his coat and the highlights as well. So you'll see a little bit of the white, a little bit of a pink, and different hues in red and his skin tone as well. And that is E.T. dressed up as Yoda for Halloween. Now let's move on to Roger the Alien. And this one was actually a little bit more complicated because of all of the details that the Xenomorph has in its design, with all of those ribs showing, the skeleton type tail that it has, so many tube-like exteriors, and especially in the head as well. So this one definitely took a lot longer than the ET one. But once again, I traced it with the pen brush, and after making sure everything was closed up, I filled it in with a lot of gray colors. So there's a lot of gray tones in here with Roger's fairly light gray tone, and one of probably the only color in here was his tongue. But other than that, there was a lot of charcoal grays, ones that lean more into the blues, and I kind of had to play around with it just to make sure that they were not too similar and that things were able to stand out. So definitely trial and error with different tones right there. So I did use a lot of warm and cool grays for his costume. And this one, I had a lot of fun with it because Roger, if you guys have seen American Dad, he is hilarious. And for whatever reason, when I looked at Roger's big head, I just felt like the xenomorph part of the head would be a perfect costume for him. And again, when I started doing the details with the highlights, shadows, and reflections, especially on top of that xenomorph style mask covering his entire part of the head, it started coming together because when it was just the flat colors, it looked a little bit too plain and flat. So definitely adding those light blue and even white highlights made this a little bit more rounded while still remaining cartoonish as well. So yeah, comment down below and let me know what you think of both Roger the Alien and E.T. as Yoda. This was a really fun one to do, and I did these years ago, but I edited this video because I've never actually put them together in one fully edited video. So yeah, this one, it started in traditional colors with color pencil and cleaned up and edited in digital form. So thank you so much for watching and have a happy Halloween and October. See you next time. Bye.